Greetings, gentlemen and ladies, I am the old school game snob, and in today's video we are looking for the legendary Rasha's guardianship, the set lacquered plate. Boy, this is a rare drop. This is a very rare drop, and it seems like everybody's looking for this right now. It seems to be honestly the most popular item I see in the trade channels, and so clearly people are having a hard time finding this one, so I thought I would put together a little video talking about the best way to find Rasha's armor. Now, disclaimer, this is not going to be easy, but I am going to show you the best way to do it. So let's head over to our handy dandy silo spin and let's look for the Rasha's guardianship. As you can see at the top of the list, it is Bale with a 1 in 2213 chance of dropping Rasha's guardianship. Now, if we add a reasonable amount of magic find to that, you can see that the probability for Bale Crab goes up to 1 in 854 chance. So that starts to get pretty reasonable. By comparison, the next best boss drop rate is Diablo with a 1 in 4830 chance. Not too good. In the next category, we have the super uniques. Now, of the super uniques, you have Nilithok, Frozen Stein, and Pintle Skin. Now, Pintle Skin is a popular farming spot with a 1 in 6,000 chance of dropping Rasha's lacquered plate. So let's take a closer look at these two runs. Let's start with Pintle Skin. Now, Pintle Skin can be incredibly quick, and that is because, well, he's right there. And the only problem with this is that with the Pintle Skin run, you're going to be spending a lot of time in the menus. Alright, so the problem is that right now there's a bit of a game rate limiting. I wasn't limited that time, so we'll do another run, and I'll time out a couple of runs here just to see how quickly we can do Pintle Skin, and then we'll compare that to how quickly we can do Bale. And then, well, we'll have the best case scenario. So here we go again, Pintle Skin. And he's down. And then we're going to exit, and right around now I think we're going to run into the, game rate limiting. So this is going to occur for a little while. We'll just kind of time it out here. Oh, that was pretty fast actually that time. This may or may not increase or decrease depending on the time of day that you're playing, but right now that seemed pretty fast. So we'll do one more run here. We'll do a couple of runs is what we'll do, and then I'll time it out and kind of get an average for you. Okay, so I was able to do 8 runs in exactly 4 minutes, including all the menu screen and load time. So pretty solid 30 seconds per Pintle Skin run. Okay, so let's take a closer look. Now, Pintle Skin has a 1 in 6,390 chance at 300% magic find. That means that 10 runs would mathematically give you a 1 in 639 chance, and that would take about 5 minutes to complete. Now, I'm not getting into Gambler's Fallacy. That's a whole other ball of worms. No, ballpark of worms. It's a whole other can of worms. Now, this is just sort of grinding out the probabilities, right? So that means that 8 Pintle Skin runs would equal approximately what Bale's drop chance is. Now, Bale has a drop chance of 1 in 854. So that means that if you can complete a Bale run in 4 minutes or less, you're equaling roughly what Pintle Skin's drop chance is. If you can complete it faster, then you're exceeding what Pintle Skin's drop chance is. So let's take a look at that. So we are going to talk about characters and gear after this. First off, we're going to do a Worldstone Keep run just to see how fast we can do this in. Alright, so here we go. Dark Souls, wonderful. best case scenario. Let's see, the good thing about the Worldstone Keep is that it's usually pretty fast to find your way. That being said, I think I've taken every wrong way so far. Alright, so alright, here we go. Level 3, level. Throne of Destruction. Gonna zoom up to the top. Now this can vary a little bit, I think, depending on what sort of monsters you get. In the Throne of Destruction, your build, of course, if you encounter cold immunes or lightning immunes or whatever element you don't have access to do damage with. A good geared mercenary, very good. We'll talk about that also in a minute. Immunities can slow you down, but a good geared mercenary will definitely help with that. One of the slowing parts of this is, of course, the summon time for Bale's minions as he sits and laughs and summons minions in. That can take a moment. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about this character build as I clear out the Bale's minions. This is the pure Blizzard Sorceress. I have a build guide for this Sorceress, and I am just becoming more and more infatuated with this Sorceress the more and more I play her. You can see just how incredible her clear speed here is. It's really quite ridiculous. The only problem she runs into is the cold immunes, and that is where a good mercenary comes into play. We'll take a look at the mercenary in just a moment here, because I'm about to finish off Bale's minions. One of the additional little bonuses is that Bale's minions can also drop Rasha's plate, so you get a few extra draws there. They don't have a great chance of it, but they do have a chance of it, so that's also a little bit of the... that's also a little part to the equation. Now, I went back and I timed this out and I looked at how long it took to do the entire run, and it was exactly 4 minutes, right? So you remember we're talking about the Pintle skin equation, how fast it would need to be to do a Bale run. 4 minutes, right on the nose. I interrupt this video to thank the 19,002 of you who have subscribed to the Old School Game Snob channel. You guys are absolute rock stars. Thank you very much for the support. So that's kind of your answer right there. When you take into account how long it takes to do a Bale run, how long it takes to do 8 Pintle skin runs, and the fact that a Bale run also includes minion drops, which also have a decent chance of dropping. I think it's 1 in 28,000 compared to 1 in 6,000. Let's take a quick look at that. Yeah, here we are. So Pintle skin 1 in 6,300, and then Bale's minions 1 in 32,000. However, you get 5 of them, right? So if you go 6, 12, 18, 24, 32, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, then you kind of roughly, mathematically, kind of in a way, get to the same chance as a Pintle skin drop. Like I say, I'm not getting into the gambler's fallacy in this, but I would say that, in my humble opinion, Bale is your best opportunity to find Rasha's lacquered plate. Now, the question really becomes, how do you take down Bale quickly? You should check out my Cold Sorceress guide, my Blizzard Sorceress build guide. But in a nutshell, points into Ice Bolt, 20 points into Ice Blast, 20 points into Glacial Spike, 20 points into Blizzard, and whatever you have left into Cold Mastery, you can put 1 into Warmth, and of course you have Telekinesis, Teleport, and Static Field. From there you have enough strength to wear your Monarch Shield, the rest goes into Vitality. And for gear, well, you should try to get your Magic Find and your Resistance up as much as you can. More, kind of what you need to survive the teleportating to Bale's throne room. And otherwise, yeah, it's kind of up to you what you need to survive, how good your reflexes are. I've kind of stacked for survival at the moment, and I've kind of taken down my Magic Find a bit. Yeah, you can kind of adjust that around a little bit. But the Cold Sorceress, yeah, she's really good at this. Also, if you have a nice Lightning Sorceress, she would also be really good at this. I also have a build guide for that. Oh, and last but not least, let's take a look at our Mercenary, the Reaper's Toll. Like, I cannot recommend this weapon enough. I don't even have the ethereal version here, but this really helps so much in keeping your Mercenary alive. That 13% lifesteal, give or take, and combine that with something like Rasha's or Andariel's Visage for another 10 to 12% lifesteal. Right now I've got Treachery, although Fortitude would be better, but Treachery is also working pretty good. So these pieces of equipment, the Reaper's Toll in particular, really help your Mercenary stay alive and take down your enemies quickly. So when you encounter cold immunes, you teleport on top of them, your Mercenary goes whack, 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 and that's how you kind of get around the cold immunities problem for this pure Cold Sorceress. So yeah, that's the build, that's the guide. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I'll see ya all later. Oh, and by the way, you are invited to join the Old School Game Snob. That's me, that I know how to say my own name. Come on. You're invited to our Discord, where we're chatting about Diablo 2, playing Diablo 2. Lots of friendly, nice folk over here. Link in the description. Come on, join us. All right.